And this time I'm gonna blow your brain. So come on everybody, let's make this right. If you're seeking now for justice, come on this side. He's gonna change it all. Sharma, he's gonna change it all. He's gonna change it all. Sharma, he's gonna change it all. Yes, I am saying this to one and to all. We need a new era, a new crystal ball. And Sharma is the man to come change it all. He's gonna break down that big brick wall. New ones will rise, old ones will fall. They're gonna fall so hard, oh yes, they're gonna ball. Because he's gonna change it all. Sharma is gonna change it all. He's gonna change it all. Sharma is gonna change it all. Them say hand wash hand, just make hand clean. So right now we want a new man on the scene. A man who has feelings for poor human beings. Not a man who is mighty, selfish and mean. Cases unsolved, no one never check. People thief, get catch yet. He's gonna change it all. Sharma, he's gonna change it all. He's gonna change it all. Sharma, he's gonna change it all. So come on everybody, let's make things right. If you're seeking now for justice, come on this side. He's gonna change it all. Sharma, he's gonna change it all. He's gonna change it all. Sharma, he's gonna change it all. In Chore News, a TV fan complaint saying Channel 12 train affecting other channels and them can't see clear. Want us to pack up and get out of here like crabs in a drum. That's how they come. If they see you getting up, they try to you're down, old lad. He's gonna change it all. Sharma, he's gonna change it all. He's gonna change it all. Sharma, he's gonna change it all. Because you can't keep a good man down. No, you can't keep a good man down. Because you can't keep a good man down. No, you can't keep a good man down. He's gonna change it all. Sharma, he's gonna change it all. He's gonna change it all. Sharma, he's gonna change it all. Yes, I am saying this to one and we need a new era, a new crystal ball. And Sharma is the man to come change it all. He's gonna break down that big brick wall. New ones will rise, old ones will fall. They're gonna fall so hard, oh yes, they're gonna ball. Because he's gonna change it all. Sharma, he's gonna change it all. He's gonna change it all. He's gonna change it all. Because you can't keep a good man down. No, you can't keep a good man down. What's this one? From these sugar workers. Squad. Tear gas, tear gas, tear gas.
After a week of industrial action by workers of the Wales Sugar Estate, chaos erupted this morning between the disgruntled sugar workers and the police. A sizable crowd of factory and field workers took to the streets, marching towards Georgetown, when members of the Tactical Services Unit intercepted the crowd and fired tear gas at workers, forcing them to disperse. At the center of the confusion was C.N. Sharma, leader of the Justice for All Party, who responded to a call by workers that they were marching from the Wales Sugar Estate. The police acted with force since no permission was given for the march. Mr. Sharma and one of his employees were harassed and accused of being involved in what the police called an illegal procession. The leader of the Justice for All Party was the first media personality at the scene, and I sought a brief comment of what went on early this morning.
Well, I received some report from the sugar workers at Wales Estate. They had some protest and strike. So I came down around 8 o'clock this morning, and I was talking to them, and the police was trying to harass me, said I started off this protest. I said, no, I'm here as a reporter, I'm covering this event. Matter of fact, some of the police officers tried to pull me off my vehicle and harass me and say I'm blocking the road. And there was hundreds of people blocking the road. I wasn't blocking the road, I was covering the event. Eventually, about an hour ago, we see the TSU police come and start to fire tear gas in all of my vehicle and shooting tear gas at the sugar workers. And I think this is really injustice done to the sugar workers.
Seconds after this interview, the police, forming a human chain and armed to the teeth, advanced towards the workers. and Mr. Sharma was arrested.
Okay. Well, Mr. Sharma is under arrest here now for illegal possession. What? Oh, yes.
All right. All right.
Yes.
All right.
Harassment by the police. I take them. Do I guy with this? The guy with this? The guy with this?
Watch it, come on, watch it. What you're witnessing on the screen is another arrest being made. This is a sugar worker. He fainted after being harassed by members of the police force. On Monday, the 6th of October, sugar workers at Wales down tools calling for the removal of a new chute installed to feed bagasse into a boiler of the factory. This new system is restricting the factory's output of sugar, thus depriving workers of benefits and day's pay, which they rightfully earned.
And you have to release that man, there's a cane quarter. There's a cane quarter. We are asking for a quarter. What are you doing, cane quarter? We are asking for you violate the cane quarter, man. People are walking out. Are you shoot me and kill them? Please now. We pay tax in country. We pay every week.
This crop promised about 22 days' pay for workers with the old system, but after the boiler developed mechanical trouble and the new system was implemented, there is fear that the day's pay will be phased out. It has been 9 weeks and only 2 days' pay were earned so far, when it should have been almost 10. After continued plea for the estate's management to meet with the workers and the obvious refusal, the employees took their own action to have the problems resolved.
Come on. Advantage. For your right, but no, God bless no man course.
Now the workers are making a number of demands which the union is unable at this moment to meet. Management has not come and said anything to the workers, so they've decided today to take strike action and march towards Georgetown. But as they approached the Nimes area, the police intercepted and confusion broke out. Last Thursday, the Gau union met with the estate's management and was advised that the problem could only be addressed if workers resume work. But the workers refused. Why? Maybe this will explain.
What is a loser? I do have nothing in this bargain, nothing. I can't send me to school from tomorrow morning because I'm going to get paper passage. But he go get my salary from Gau. And Gau collect $128 every single week for Nabi, whether we only work 1 day for the week.
I just say that the union is a sellout. Let me
sell out!
Why you say that?
Gau sell out in our fight for interest. 10 days every day now, and come out and come here. What you call that? You call it buyout? You call it sell out opener?
Even the workers are saying that they're not going to go back to work until management or somebody from the union come and talk to them specifically. Because they're saying that in past, when they return to work, they always get sharp. They don't get what they really want. So they're saying they're not prepared to go to work until somebody talk to them.
Meanwhile, Gao in a press statement said that since the strike started, the union at the central level has been unable to get Guy Suku to meet and discuss the grievance, unless, as Guy Suku asserted, that the workers return to work so that discussions with
That's a problem of Vice Jeffrey Sankey?
Yes, and today is Saturday, February the 25th, 2017. And first of all, we have to pay respects to the lately departed Kenneth Joseph. Our deepest sympathy goes out to his family. He was a stalwart trade unionist who stood up for justice and fair play. He died at age
Justice Sorrell.
Justice. And besides that, the people have been focusing, the media has been focusing on President Trump's campaign against illegal immigrants. But right now, a bill is being proposed in the United States by the Republican Party, Mr. Cotton, and he is trying to limit legal immigration.
Okay.
He wants to cut legal immigration in half. And Cotton's bill includes such features as an end to the visa diversity lottery. You know, you win a lottery, you can go to the States. But the majority of the bill's legal immigration reduction comes from revoking U.S. citizens' right to sponsor their siblings, parents, and adult children for a green card, right? But some elderly parents will still be allowed in on temporary renewable visas if citizens need to care for them. So Guyanese have to be on the alert. Even they're clamping down, they want to clamp down on even legal immigration.
How they're going to clamp in the wheel in the cars?
Yes.
Yeah. How they clamp in the wheels in the cars?
Yes.
Yeah, Rahman, you next.
Well, I have to join with my friend.
Yes.
It's a sad day for the trade union movement and the workers in general. The passing of our good friend Kenneth Joseph. I went to see him last Sunday, and I didn't think that he had a chance of recovering.
Okay.
But he must be remembered as a champion of the working class. He was a man who was dedicated. He came from the ranks, and he had reached the highest level in trade unionism in this country.
Yeah.
He followed in the footsteps of Ashton Chase, one of the veteran trade unions in this country. For those who don't know, Ashton Chase was the founder member of the People's Progressive Party, one of the founder members, and he was one of the leading trade unionists in this country. And he wrote a very good book called The History of Trade Unionism in Guyana. So Mr. Joseph came through that rank, and I think we need to, when people die in this kind of a situation where some would say an untimely death, but I think we need to remember him for all the things he did. His last act of goodness was the one that Mr. Sankis.
Yeah, he helped me out.
He helped you with something that went on for nearly a year.
Yeah,
and with one telephone call
yes.
to NBS, you were able to solve your problem.
Yes.
So that was really the kind of person Joseph was. You can call him any time in the night, and you have a problem.
We're going to take more calls. Leon, what do you like to say?
Greetings in the name of the Most High, Jah.
Yeah.
Well, this week has been a week where we saw Guyanese in their patriotic, nationalistic, resilient mode. The rains fell, which meant that the Almighty, the God of nature, the Almighty tested our resolve to see if we were really focused on being Guyanese. And we saw that despite the weather, Guyanese came out to celebrate Mashramani. And to me, that was a very high point for this week. More than that, I want to say congratulations to my first cousin, Diana Chapman, for winning, Diana Chapman Clark, for winning the Calypso Mashramani contest with Put Your House in Order. You hear that up no near see? Put your house in order. She won first with that kind of message. And I want to say good. What is also salient, the fact that women, the distaff side, swept all the spots for the Mashramani Calypso competition and for all other competitions, which shows that women are coming into their own as a strong force in society. And that's a very good thing. Because we're so paternalistic and so patriarchal now, it's good to be focused on that. The other thing I want to touch on is the Guyana National Broadcasting Authority has finally got a new board. And I want to say big up to my brethren, Brother Leslie Sobers, and I feel that ex-magistrate. And he also used to work at GIS. He's an information man. I think he's going to do something good for the broadcasting spectrum. I think first of all, he's going to make sure that you get your justice and you're going to get your signal, your
sure about that?
radio
license.
Radio?
Yeah, I think so. I get, here why, because when I look at the composition of the board, it has personalities that are more balanced in their perspective rather than have access to grind. The last board had too much baggage in terms of certain personalities and people who had access to grind. And trust me, none of them didn't like you. Anyway, the other good thing is the other boards, I'm glad that the president is making sure he's changing a lot of the composition of the other boards.
I'm happy with that too.
Yes.
Yeah, and,
Central Housing and Planning.
Yes, and a lot of those old fogies are going to go. I mean, I'm not against old people, but we need to give room for young folks. Look, all of us are gray here, and we need to see some young people. Well, here, what what interests me though, some charges are coming up for some ex-government ministers for fraud and theft.
We're taking some calls in here now, right?
All right.
Call in here. First call in here. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Yes, this is John 6.
Yes.
Yes, I'm trying to get onto the section.
No, we can't get on that. It's a live program.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Sankey.
Yeah, that is welcome news that some action is being taken where ministers will be charged, former ministers among those to be charged next week concerning the Niceville fraud investigation. So it is welcome, but people were saying all these forensic audits been going on and what is happening, you know.
What do you think of the parking meters now?
Oh, the parking meter.
What do you look like?
Total revocation. It's going to go right down to the wire, and the bottom line will be that they will have to scrap that deal because it has too many negatives.
You think so?
Yes. And not only that, there's a momentum building, and the momentum is that people's power shows that what the people say will go, and the parking meter will be scrapped.
Call in here. Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Hello? Call in here. Hello?
Sorry, this number is
It seems as if the sheep are coming on the
You're trying
Mr. Sharma,
to interrupt me.
the essential thing about a parking meter, which should have been picked up by the lawyers of this country, is the tendering process. There was no tendering process, which is a total abrogation of the laws of tendering. There is an act that was passed in 2003, which was signed by Jack Day when he was president, which brought into being regulations that all the institutions of power, especially the local authorities and so on, should implement the tending. And if they did advertise this thing, then people would have applied, and then we would have got the best out of it. So it can be challenged, and it should be challenged on the basis that there was no tendering.
Yeah.
We give the people opportunity to take the calls and interrupt the line. Now we got to call the calls out here.
We got some calls coming.
Okay. Call in here on here, please.
We're sorry.
Call in here. Hello?
What's this?
Interrupt the program.
Exactly.
Yes.
But also the fact that in the parking meter situation, there was another individual, Saratu Phillips, who also had a contract in force in place already. And my Rasta brethren, in fact, he's a dreadlock brethren, young guy, and he had vision. And he said that his contract would have cost the city council less.
Call in here. Hello?
Mr. Chairman, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes?
And a long time ago, I asked you to come and fling the park, the fight park. You promised to come and you never come.
Yes.
Come and see chaos that is going on in the park.
You gotta come to the TV station. Come down to the TV station. You gotta come down here first, right?
If I come to the station, I'll be victimized.
No, they can't be victimized. No, that never happen. That will never happen.
No, I will victimize if I only come to
No, you can't be victimized. You're talking nonsense. How you victimized?
It's a new government.
It's a new government.
Nobody will victimize you.
Nobody can be victimized. Call in here. Hello? Call in here. Hello? Yeah, this call just out there interview line phone. You got to be serious when it's matter now.
Get his number. Get his number.
You know, number is not on here.
Don't put him on.
Yeah.
What is refreshing, though, that there's an environment in Guyana right now that allows for protest, the freedom of speech, and the fact that people can stand up and vent their choices. That augurs well for democracy. But at the same time, I have a grouse with the fact that it seems as if a lot of foreign powers are overstepping their mark by getting too much into our business. And so we get this feeling that it's as if we are being handled by ABC countries, America, Britain, and Canada. They're our handlers, which means that we is a kind of neo-colonial, neo-imperialist approach.
Yes, Mr. Sharma,
Yes.
If the parking meter contract are scrapped, therefore Bobby's contract that is scrapped too.
Okay then.
Because right now, the request the master then gone to the Apache station, you go there with the other side.
Okay.
And you got to clear if the parking meter contract, if they scrap the contract, really good to be Bobby's
Okay, thank you very much. Call your name. Hello? Yes.
And you're up to my Rasta brother.
Yes.
In relation to the parking meter,
yes.
Now I was probably thinking about it. if the council wanted to experiment parking meters,
experiment?
why couldn't they bought parking meters on
you can do experiment at parking meters, man.
Invested into it and probably give a little and try to experiment and see how it would work.
You can do experiment, man.
Generate money for your company.
But they had a chance with Sarah 2 Phillips' contract.
They could have got somebody to give them.
Sarah 2 Phillips already had a contract. They could have gone ahead with that. And
They could have had some business advice. Maybe somebody from UG could have advised them.
You want to generate money for this.
Yes. Can we have the
a foreign company.
Yes.
And giving them 80%.
Yes.
And you were taking 20%.
20%.
That was not business.
Okay.
So why couldn't you have invested one meter?
Yes.
And carried an experiment to see the effects of it, and then probably you could have taken it from there if you wanted to, you know, to have a parking project. But this kind of project that they have is completely and totally extortion. Another thing I like to agree with my Rapster brother. I find that this government is being ruled by the foreign country. We have to have a mind of our own. We are an independent nation. We need to do things for ourselves. We need to think for ourselves. We cannot have, it's like the parking meter situation. The foreign people are dictating it. Not the Guyanese people, not the Guyanese, local Guyanese people persons. Why are we allowing ourselves to be dictated by these foreigners? We should not be. We're not saying that we should not take advice, right? Or seek advice, but it comes to a lot of issues in this country. Everything now is the foreigners dictating. Why are we going down that road? Are we going back to the slave masters? That's where we put
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We need to reframe ourselves from that.
Thank you very much. It's good.
That was what
Hello?
After 50 years of independence and 47 years of republicanism, this is where we at.
The parking meter is a good example of a foreign imposition in our country of ripping us off. 80% of the income that was supposed to come to the parking meter goes to a foreign company. And it's all shrouded in secrecy.
It's a bad reflection.
What I cannot understand.
Okay, it's a bad reflection on our ability to make a good deal. It shows that too many of our officials...
What do you call a good deal?
A good deal? 51%.
Yes, 51% would have been a good deal.
And it shows that too many of our officials are willing to take a kickback and willing to bend over backwards because of greed and immoral approach to governance.
Okay. Colin here, hello?
Good afternoon, Mr.
Good afternoon, yes.
Mr. Sama, I would like to see
Yes.
If this contract
is
signed between the fellow that was just knocked off from the party meeting.
Kush.
Right, Mr. Kush.
Yes.
Is that contract still valid? And it was knocked off from the thing?
He signed on behalf of the company. If he signed on behalf of the company, it might be, but there are other reasons for invalidating the contract.
No, but nobody knows whether he signed the contract or not. Nobody knows whether he could sign the contract.
Yes. If you pass in the city, if you pass by city council, you see the condition of that building. Why is it they're giving a company 80%?
That's a very, very big question. A very big question. Very big question.
I think the church and
King Royston.
King Royston.
The monarch.
Go from the office there. You understand me?
Yes.
It is not fair.
Yes.
We can't got company coming in this country and doing all these things, and then the clause is that...
Yes, I agree with you.
Okay. They could damage your vehicle.
Okay.
And when they're gone, you got nothing to do. You know what it will cost? That cost you, because people get wild when you buy a new vehicle, and you come to see the boot and damage it, it will cost you because you do anything. Thank you very much.
The council doesn't have a business development unit. Maybe they should have had some consultancy from UG where they could have helped. Ideas could have been out of
the council.
Mr. Sankey, you're wrong. This thing, as we have said, we are pioneers of the opposition to the way in which us here, we start. I read in the newspaper, somebody wrote a letter that Justice for All Parties is a latecomer to this protest.
No, we were the first.
Let me remind listeners and viewers. Here from this platform, I remember it was us who came out and protested long before AFC.
It was like Johnny come lately.
Or even the PPP. The PPP have councillors on that council.
Bandwagoners.
They didn't move, the PPP councillors didn't move a motion against the parking meter. It was this program. And all the people or listeners and callers who call into this program were leading this protest.
And we had the first
it is not
interview.
Our protest is not about opposition to the government. Our protest, and I want to make some clarification, it is about clarity, transparency, and a democratic process. And that is why they failed to implement the tendering process, because if they had implementing the tendering process, it would be transparent. Then when you are asking for bidders to make an application for a bid, it has to be transparent, it has to be published in the newspapers. And the conditions where what you're applying for, all that will be there. It will be an open process.
And we had the first interview with them before Adam Harris and Christopher Ram came on the scene.
You had them here. That's right. So we need to make that clarification. Just like how the Wales issue now has become a major issue for the PPP. In fact, it was a. Let me remind.
What became of this land? I want you to get that again.
I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that.
Yes.
That's another victory that we won, because we were saying all along here that you must give the land to the sugar workers.
That's right.
And that is what the government is doing now. So it's a major victory. The sugar workers should take the opportunity to take the lands, to form co-ops and take the lands, and they will better themselves and they don't have the problem. They and their family, they shouldn't take severance. They should let the severance, they can't have both. They should take the lands and they should cultivate.
How many acre lands did they say?
Well, they have not specifically said that, but the government is open, and that is what they should be doing. They should have been open to consultation, as they're now doing. So the sugar workers now are in a better opportunity to now get the lands and to plant whatever they want to plant.
How many
No. I don't like that. Plant whatever they want to plant. That is problems. We got to have a more concerted approach to production. In other words, find out what the market wants and then decide what the planters will plant to feed the market.
You're correct.
Okay.
But I don't want to go into any detail. It's a comprehensive package that must be put aside.
And also find the right alternative crop.
They might find what is so-called
that is a good alternative crop.
The management of Gaisuko, Hanuman and these guys who were brought back, Hanuman and they were failures during the PPP time. When this new government came, the mistake they made was to re-employ Bim and Hanuman. These guys should be dusted in the rubbish bin.
Bim and Bob. Hello,
Bim, Bob, Budu, Bob, boom.
Yes.
We need some stability on that station.
Yes.
Yes. Everybody can speak on it.
Look, I know, I understand. I do understand that.
Good.
Yes.
Now, the best news we got there today is that we're going to get back some of those money that has been stolen, so that the taxpayers, the burden will actually.
That's good. Good news. Good news.
Because when this went forever, we finished with the money, with the investigation, and who got to go to prison, we're going to put them to prison. But I don't mind people go to prison. It doesn't make sense. We can't know some ministers glad to go to prison. You know that. But what I'm saying,
I don't believe so. I don't know.
You can't.
Yes.
Poor people, man. Let them come and get a job cleaning trench and things. They go away all the accounts that they got put up there, and then they come and work like the ordinary man. So they won't know who feels it, knows it. Now, concerning I heard them talking about the death of the brother there.
That's right.
The wages are paid, the wages of sin. It is a point of man to die, and after death is judgment. This is how the Father got it, right? Okay. So he applied what's going on now, and Mr. Granger, I said many times before, Mr. Granger got to do away with those old skullduggeries that he inherits from the...
All of us old now. You old, I old, Sanky old too. Everybody, yes, old. Yes. Okay. Yes, that's what we're talking about. Yes.
And they need to remove from there. Instead of old or young, they are skullduggeries because they're in the business wrong. They know to dig. Right? And least but not last, concerning this event we had here, the brother said that God sent rain because he bless the unity, the
Yes,
unification
yes.
of what happened the other day.
Yes.
But I don't believe in that. What I believe in that, the best costume went out there is the girl from this photographic place there, what do you call it, photogenic.
Yeah.
Because it's time now.
Yeah.
He gets rid, I mean, you do things for the master on earth because obey authority on earth.
Yes.
But it's time now we get some kind of, like moral standard of life in this country also. You see, dress properly, walk properly, talk properly.
That's true, that's true,
represent
yes,
the
yeah, that's
kingdom
true,
of
yes,
God.
yeah, that's
God.
true,
If
yeah.
you got the God with you,
Yes.
nothing impossible.
Okay.
Right, Mr. Sharma?
Yeah, that's true,
Mr.
that's
Sharma,
exactly
you got a thing, you just promising, and it's coming, you would
Yes.
come and you would go. You don't go nowhere. I know you're capacity.
He's getting old now, you know. Oh, you can
Cook
come.
some,
Oh, you can come.
cook some duck curry and then invite the man. Cook some duck curry.
No, don't tolerate that. No. Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, Colin, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Colin here. Hello. Hello. Hello, Colin here. Hello. Good afternoon.
Mr. Rahman can't go to America,
You can't go to America neither. Traumatize all the other out there, please.
I don't want to go to America. I came back from England.
Traumatize. You see, man, traumatize out there, please.
No, he wants to go. That's why he.
He can't go to America. He can't go to America. I know his name.
The truth,
He can't go to America. He can't go to America.
The truth about it is a
Yeah.
good thing that Mr. Trump is doing.
Yeah, it's a good thing you're doing. Yes, good thing you're doing.
We need our people
Yes,
here,
Right.
so that they can work.
They gotta work.
When they go to America, they work from morning till night.
Till
They got 3-4 jobs,
But the Bible
And when
talks
they're
about
here-
this, that in the last days,
and
every
when they're
man
here,
will
they
have
don't
to
wanna
be
work.
on his own fig tree and in his own
Yes,
vineyard,
Colin,
in his
hello.
own vineyard. So it's a matter of prophecy being fulfilled when we see Trump is in
Colin,
office
hello.
and people getting sent back to their respective homes.
Yes.
Well, I think,
Colin here. Hello.
good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah.
Good
Yes.
afternoon.
I heard the man in the bongo was not the dread man. Speaking about kickback, and then he's talking about the parking meter.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I know he's a very intelligent man. Maybe he have some information that I can, pursue
Yes,
that.
yes.
Give it to the
Take
police.
the matter to court.
Okay.
If he can contact me,
Okay.
Oh,
Contact you.
you're with
work on
the.
it, because it seems that my good friend, who is knowledgeable on the road,
Who your good friend?
Still, he used to study law. I don't know if he still continue that.
Yeah.
But he has good information on that, whether that is so or not. And then we can have the ministers and the town council people charged at the same time.
Who we?
Would that be good?
I don't know. You don't know. Who's we?
Who's we? Who's we? Man?
Colin, you're here.
Please, man.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I want to talk to the gentleman, Liam, sir.
Yeah.
William, sir.
He was totally really sure that they got too much outside and make decision here. Because they got a touch it right overseas right there. And the man, when you were Haman,
Hello, Colin. Hello. I want to give it a I know.
Personal attack.
Yeah, personal attack. Hello. Can't allow it nonsense like this. Tell it and I would not allow that anymore. At all. Colin, hello.
yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Shah.
Yes, good afternoon. Yes.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
I just concern is within the health sector.
Yes.
Now, what?
Yes.
We are taxpayers. The Johnson Public Hospital
Yes.
Corporation
Yes.
is being run by taxpayers because it's not a profitable.
That's right.
That's what.
Yes.
Now, they having people there in position
Yes.
who do not being qualified. We haven't a cut. They haven't cut.
How you not qualify? How you know you not qualify? What qualify you to say that?
No.
What qualify you to say that?
No, listen.
Asking you what qualify you to say that?
No, listen me carefully.
Man, I'm asking you qualify you to say that.
No, I know that. I'm personally know.
Then you speak. Okay, go ahead.
Good.
Yes.
No, you have to be promoted as supervisor.
Okay.
Now, if you be promoted as supervisor, it's almost going to be a man.
Okay.
If you don't have academics to go with it, no matter the experience is, you cannot be put in that position. This one.
Yes.
Two.
Yeah.
There's a consultant here at the hospital.
Yes.
For the past 1 year,
Yes.
nothing has been done
Okay.
to reform the hospital.
Yes.
just wasting taxpayers' money wastefully. They're not doing nothing properly for them. And just making the administration to look bad.
And you have two financial
Yes.
directors.
Things need to appear from the hospital.
Okay.
No one can give up.
That's true. That's true. That's you say.
No investigation.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yes.
What is really going on?
Okay.
Is what the Lawrence have to make a speedy.
Okay. Now we're going. Now we're coming on now. Right? We're coming on. We're not going. We're going. Now we're coming on. Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And she need to make a speedy
Yes. Yes.
recovery to that
Okay.
because things like imagine TV goes to you to children.
Yes.
Lab machine is an appeal.
Yes.
Who give an account? Taxpayers' money gone again. Taxpayers' money have to buy it back.
You got a good point. You got a very good point. Yes.
So this is things I need
To address.
to look at
Okay.
speedily and quickly.
Okay.
For thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I don't know if they have addressed the question of having two financial directors, I think. You know, I don't know if the new minister has been able to address
The
that.
chairman, the former chairman, Dr. Hanuman.
Yes.
I think he resigned in disgust.
Yeah.
Dr. Hanuman, as you may know, was a personal doctor for the president, or used to be.
Yeah, Max.
Max. And for him to resign, a man of credibility, to resign from that institution,
Yeah, that's true.
tells a lot about what is going on. The government, he's right, the government needs to do something urgent about the hospital.
Yes. Colony, hello.
Hi, Mr. Sharma. Good
Yeah.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes.
Good
yes.
afternoon.
First thing, I would like to talk about Guyana.
Yes. Yes.
Mr. General Hamad,
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Right? The government is talking about diversifying.
Can you speak a lot of? Can you hear, please?
No, we have.
Speak up, speak up.
Speak up a little more.
Yeah, we have a lot of land.
Now we're speaking good.
Right.
Yes.
We have a lot of land.
Yes.
At Wales, with the
Yes, that's right. Now you're talking good. Yes.
Now there is a variety of wheat that grows in Guyana.
Yes.
It's a wild one. Like how we have the wild rice. I want you to listen to me properly. The wild rice.
Mm-hmm.
We have the wild wheat. It's a morina, Mr. Gina Maharaj.
Yes, yes,
That's
yes.
what I'm saying.
Morana, yes.
It's a wild wheat,
Yes, yes.
right? That's a wild wheat. Why don't Mr. Gina Rahman and Mr. Durga they come together and get some variety of wheat, bring it into Guyana and let's test it. Let's test it and see that so we can plant wheat.
Yes.
And to add to that, the same rice factory, it is a very small portion you will have to change. Instead of you doing grains, this is wheat, this is going into powder.
Mm-hmm.
The same combines is going to cut the rice. The
Mhm.
same tractors is going to prepare the field.
You change the header.
Right? We don't have to go into that big new investment. The investment is already there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is something I've been saying for a long time, but nobody is listening to me.
That is true.
I'm really glad if somebody could listen to me.
But I listen to you now. I listen to you now.
Let us talk about
Yes,
it.
I listen to you.
I have talked to one Mr. Vishnu Bandhu.
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
And the leader for the URP. He was at my home.
Yeah, yes.
And he put me on to one Dr. Charles from the University of Guyana, which he called me.
Okay.
And he sent some persons to check my seeds. I have prepared a field for them.
Yes.
But I didn't see they come back because I tell them to let us bring about 10 lines, 10 different varieties of wheat, right? When I tested this thing, this morina grow very wild, very healthy, nothing wheat. That kills the rice. Mr. Chino Hammond is a rice farm, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I agree with you.
Right, that kills the rice and that take over,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is a thing we can almost get 3 crops per year.
Correct.
Right? What we need, Mr. Noel Holder, don't talk about him. He's just the right rubber for the stamp. But I'm glad if somebody else is listening to me now to let us get this thing. I'm willing to lend my skill. I'm willing to lend my expertise. My number is 259-3162. I'm looking at Unity. They call me Pandit.
259 what?
Yes.
And I don't want to talk politics now.
Okay.
No.
Yes.
Let us, if rice is going down,
Yes.
sugar is going down.
Yes.
Let us start doing the wheat, and that will bring our economy back.
What's your telephone number, Camraj?
I know his now. I know his now. I know his now. I know his now.
Right?
He's a pandit.
Don't talk about Indian and black country.
Yeah, okay.
Let us stop this thing and let us come and put Guyana is the bread basket. Right? Guyana is the bread basket.
Pandit is a very good suggestion. A very good suggestion.
We having a lot of water that's waste.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Wheat needs less water too.
That's true. That's
right?
true.
Wheat is where I am seeing it. Wheat is the way forward for this country.
Okay.
Because in Brazil,
yes,
there is a line of wheat is going in Brazil, and if Brazil is a tropical country, in Florida is a tropical country, we is a tropical country. So why is it that can't we bring a line? Yes. Get these scientists and so on. You are in the top bracket there now. I am a small grass man talking, but I'm saying
you're not small grass man. You're a big grass man.
So let us get this thing going now. It's a lot of talk. If rice cannot pay, if sugar cannot pay, I see Mr. Leon Sol is smiling because I talked to him at opposite the Bank of the Guyana. He was talking at it, but I had to run out so quick from him.
Okay.
That's a nice guy.
Okay.
They're talking about the opium story and so on.
Okay, yes.
Opium.
Not
opium.
This week we already have
yes.
the expertise here.
Yes.
The infrastructure is already here. So the farmers will not have to go and buy a new equipment and go into millions and put down the old one. It's the same tractors, the same combine.
Okay.
You know that the combine that comes outside, because wheat is coming a raspar.
Yes.
So we could go pick up all these raspars and put it on back.
Yes,
because we got to use spikes for rice.
Yes.
That is nothing expensive to do. That is not nothing expensive to do.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
The same
very good suggestion. Yes.
We have a wheat milling factory.
Yes.
So enough of these rice factories can be converted to a flour factory.
Yes.
So we can have wheat and rice.
Yes.
It will grow hand in hand. The same farmers, they would plant half in wheat, half in rice.
Why did you come in Tuesday and Saturday?
I would if somebody could reply to me and get to the Minister of Agriculture and let us get this thing going. I am dying to have this thing going.
Okay.
And bring the different variety. Let us create a variety to grow in Guyana.
Pandit,
So just because we breed different variety of rice, let us breed different variety of wheat.
Okay.
So we could start get going. Forget about politics and who win and who rule and all these things. Because we will be having the money. That time we wouldn't be paying $200 over parking meter. We can pay $5 because it will pay. But
okay,
we don't have to bring the income in. We cannot have the money to pay all these things. Guyana need to regularize the parking meter. We need it.
Yes.
But they need to come with transparency.
Yes.
Why people doesn't have if a vehicle a man has to park and work for 8 hours, that is $800 from his salary coming out.
Yes.
Even $114 an hour is still there. I'm saying $25 an hour. We can pay that. We can try that. Let us start it small.
Okay.
The small penny. Let us look at the small penny.
Yeah.
$50,
$50.
$50.
Don't look at the
Investor
pie
has to make.
Okay.
Look at the small dollar first. Let's look at the small dollar.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Very
I hope
good.
that one of you will get back to me.
Yeah.
What
Very good
My
suggestion.
number is there, and I want you all to follow it up.
What
Mr.
is-
Sharma, you be the first to start in this thing.
Well, you
I'm
know
giving
he
you
is,
tasks today.
Yes.
You and Mr. General Hammond,
Yes.
and the four of y'all, be the first to start this thing.
Okay.
Let me stop talk politics, let me stop talk race, and let me start business now.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Very much.
Thank you.
What he's done there is just expose the
yes.
bankruptcy of the Ministry of Agriculture and Mr. Holder.
Yes.
Because if Mr. Holder is talking seriously about saving foreign exchange, we are using billions of dollars to buy flour from abroad.
Let me talk about Sweden.
Flour from abroad.
Yeah, yes.
So what he's saying here that we can save a lot of
Yes.
our money, foreign exchange,
Yes.
by actually planting that same wheat,
yeah.
the wild wheat,
Wild
that
wheat.
we can mill right here at our factories. The factories just need a bit of tweaking.
Yes.
He talked about the combines that you just have to change the header.
Yes.
And then you can do both rice and wheat. It's a brilliant idea.
Yes.
But because we don't have the level, look, there is an interest group in this country, an elite. Just like when you had the PPP elite that destroyed the rice industry.
Yes.
They destroyed the rice industry. The Jagdeo regime destroyed the rice industry. we have another elite in the Ministry of Agriculture, headed by Mr. Jarvis, who is the permanent secretary. This man needs to be removed as permanent secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture.
Why is it? Why you got to remove?
Because he's totally incompetent and he knows nothing about running anything.
How long has he been there?
He was appointed by Robert Prasad. He was an ordinary staff at the Rice Board, right? And then Robert Prasad brought him into the office so that they can manipulate the system.
Okay.
Robert Prasad is no longer here. That is why Mr. Jagdeo is saying, is calling upon this government to bring back money. That's the way Mr. Jagdeo knows that there's money there. So if I were the president, I'll call in Mr. Jagdeo and say, Mr. Jagdeo, you made a very important statement. Could you tell us more about who are the ones that carry the money?
Where is Robert Prasad? Where is he now?
Mr. Robert Prasad is in Florida.
Florida, yeah.
He sold everything out here, and he's living in Florida with he and his family. Good luck to him.
Very rich?
Very rich.
Yeah, that's rich.
So Mr. Jagdeo got wrong with some of the people who were his friends. They're going abroad, and the deal went really bad. That's why he's now he's now calling on the government to hire special prosecutor to bring those people back here. So he knows, and he now
So he gets hit by Robert
what is
of
ridiculous. What is even more laughable about Mr. Jagdeo? That he's the one to institute charges on ministers of this government. Now, I don't know any of the ministers in the government, they are tops, but I don't know any minister in this government that has committed such a crime that Mr. Jagdeo going to file criminal charges. I think Mr. Jagdeo needs to be advised by his friend, Mr. Anil Nandalal, who now has assumed the position as an expert on law. The only two experts on law I know in this that are living. Dr. Fenton Ramsahoy and Sonny Ramphal. And by the way, let me inform the public that both of them said that the third term is illegal.
The third term.
I heard that.
Both of these both of these experts.
I don't know. Right.
Because Jagdeo them consulted them, both of these gentlemen, they consulted with them and asked them what do you think. And both of them said that is an illegal, it's unconstitutional. They can carry it to the Caribbean Court of Court, and it could be buried there.
Buried. Yes, I believe that.
It could be buried there.
Okay. Call you in here. Hello. Hello, call you in here. Hello.
Get that old man off the
You know what is happening, CM?
Yeah, call you in here. Hello. Hello. This guy just did engage in telephone all the time. You see, they
don't want to.
Yes.
Sapphire is a success story in the making. That's community called Sapphire. To where Sapphire was, where it is now, and where it's going to be, I think we need to be focused on Sapphire because Sapphire is rising, and I think they just got some more water system in place, electricity in place. So Sapphire is a very diverse community. It's one of the most unique communities in Guyana, like Parfait Harmony. It's a whole mix of different people. A whole mix is a microcosm of Guyana. And these people are making it happen. They're living together, working together, and making a whole community rise. I don't want to say big up to all Sapphire residents for making a community come together and rise.
That's Block C and Block D.
Sapphire used to be a sad place to live in long ago. And now, Sapphire is one of the most sought after places. People are moving into Sapphire.
Yes.
The Perfect Harmony.
Yes.
The light carry but Perfect Harmony.
Yes.
Them are regentry.
Yes.
We had Indian and Negro used to live nice. But since the PPP government take this key and then bring all them out to move from different places and bring here the problems start. Right?
Yes.
And Negro used to live good in regentry.
Yes.
And all regents. But what Rastaman tell them Tiger be one and Moko and bring them across here.
Okay.
And Mr. Rahman,
thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You're wrong to say that. You cannot label people like that.
I don't agree with him.
That is blatant racism. To label people because they belong to a particular race.
Some of the best people who have made those communities thrive came out of the ghetto.
Of course. There are reasons for people to...
Good afternoon. Yes.
Now, 43.1 billion was allocated for the education budget.
Yes.
There are schools that Wilford Avenue.
Yes.
Right in central Georgetown, it needs attention.
Yes.
The washrooms of these schools are atrocious. It's about time we get the washrooms where our young little girls have to use, and boys, in proper condition. This is the 21st century.
Yes.
It's not long ago.
It's not a long time.
To the third high school, Salamars Primary, Salamars Nursery. At Salamars Nursery, cats and rats are living in that nursery school. They need to maintain these Georgetown schools.
Okay.
Good point.
The man's an education
Thank you very
specialist.
much.
Thank you.
No, but they are working on this thing, Mr. Sharma.
Yeah.
They are working on them. $43 billion is a lot of money.
Yes.
The budget has just been released, and he's right. There has been a complete breakdown of all the schools, not only the physical
How much
structure.
is the education doing in the small matters?
But it's now being implemented. These things are now being put in place. If 23 years of degradation and demolishing the entire infrastructure of the education and the social fabric.
Yes.
I want to make this point.
Yes.
I attended a public school, a government school, Zeeburg Secondary School.
Okay.
When Jagan came into office, when Jagan was premier, he established those schools all around the country.
Yes.
During the period of Jagan and Burnham period, Burnham gave free education from kindergarten to university. It was even in our constitution. What had happened, the breakdown of our education system came under the PPP. They made a total mess of it. People at the age of 19 and 25 cannot read and write. Cannot read and write. So what has happened, and we have to understand the evolution of the private education system. All this nation and school and so on, they are exploiting poor people. People were paying through their noses, Mr. Sharma, to get a good education for their children.
It was a deliberate thing to break down the public education system.
It was a deliberate system
to create room for private education
to create
to
an elite. That's what we have, an elite. And those ordinary poor people used to pay through their noses to send their children, because every person wants his or her child to be educated and get to the highest level.
When I went to high school, I never had to get extra lessons. When I was in public high school, I never had extra. No, I think that they need to make sure that they have the best teachers in the public sector, pay them well.
Well, Mr. Sankey, the best teachers and Mr. Sharma, they all left and went abroad because during the Jagdeo period, they didn't pay the teachers.
Trump will bring them back up. Trump will bring them back.
Trump will bring them back. Trump back. Trump will send them back.
Send them back,
Trump will send them back.
Trump will send them back.
What is also attracting my attention, the Chinese influx of goods. It has been alleged that a lot of containers have been coming through the Chinese embassy. I mean, they got diplomatic coverage and so on, and they were in. But I think it's true, you know. We're getting flooded by Chinese goods. And a lot of substandard goods.
That are cheaper.
And they're doing a disservice to the economy of Guyana, because it is making the economy lopsided.
They're not paying taxes.
And I think a thorough investigation ought to be done to find if it is indeed true that a lot of containers are being brought in by the Chinese embassy.
Let me touch on Donald Trump, the President Donald Trump. Now Donald Trump is harassing a lot of people, not in Guyana, all over the world.
Mr. Trump is bringing some discipline into the American society, because there's a lot of illegal people who went backtrack. And you know some of those backtrackers. Those champions of backtrackers, you know that. That is why some of them are afraid of the new bill, SARA, because it will investigate how they arrive at the richness that they got.
That's right.
The ordinary people have 90% of these people in this country have nothing to fear about the SARA bill that is going to put on trial a lot of these kind of elite who got rich.
Jagdeo said to me, I got tons and tons of money I got.
Who, you?
I mean, I got tons of money, tons of money.
Yeah, but that is true, you got plenty of money.
I just run the teas up, better get right sweet.
But the point is,
but the other business.
The point is that you didn't get it by illegal means.
I got no illegal business.
You didn't violate a housing law.
Housing law.
Which you got a house lot within the period.
I buy my house. I didn't get a house lot. I didn't get a house lot. No house lot.
No, I'm talking about government house.
Yes.
You got a house lot,
Yeah,
you're not
yeah.
satisfied with that.
Yeah,
You don't got a chick or a
Yeah,
child.
yes.
You sell it for $200 million.
yes.
Then you go and get one in Pradoville and you build a mansion. And then you turn around and tell people about how you are following the footstep of Chedi Jagan and Johnny Jagan.
Yes.
What a disgrace. And then look what happened. They destroyed the PPP. Donald Ramadan only writing in the papers.
Yes.
And Mr. Rohi writing letters. That's all these chaps can do. They have been reduced
They're
to
very good
nothing.
writer, very good writer, very, very good writer.
No, but they have been reduced to
reduced,
nothingness.
yes.
They have been dragged. They reduced them to nothingness.
Okay.
And what he has done is destroy the PPP.
Call in here. Hello?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Why everybody frightened that you saw Mr. Rahman?
Hello, call in here. Hello, call in. Hello, call in here. Hello?
Crazy.
Hello? But this guy around city for he just hell on the phone all the time. Not answering, you see? That's the intent. Interrupt your program. Interrupt your program, steady. Call in here, please. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Sharma. Good
Yeah,
afternoon
yes.
to you and your panel.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. I think Mr. Rahman talked too much.
No, no, no.
You talk too much.
Constitutional right, freedom of
I have the right to speak when I'm talking too much.
Okay, well, let me hear we get
He's
it.
a very racial person.
No, he's not racial.
I'm racial. I'm racial against Indian people.
Oh
Very, very racial.
Relax, please. Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Sharma.
Yes.
He's so rich. Why he not help the needy and the poor?
Oh my God, you talk complete of context now.
I think he would get a lot of blessing more than we sit and can talk about rich.
You talking
I don't need-
rubbish now.
I don't need blessings.
I
of
can listen to
anybody. You're
you,
anybody.
what you saying. Call in here, hello?
I think that's what I'm living for blessing.
Yeah.
Huh?
You see this?
What did you say? God in love?
Well, I raising up the answers.
Yes, yeah.
I'm raising up the answers.
Call in here, go ahead, please.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon.
I have an interest in zeroing in on this part of the discussion
Yes,
in terms of
yes.
some of the ideas or thoughts
Okay,
that I
okay.
heard expressed about
Yes.
the standard of living in certain communities in this country, especially the thought about the Sophia area being
Yeah,
what it is, and then
yes.
you have these little, what they call ghetto areas,
Ghetto.
boys towns, and those
Yes,
other
yes.
concepts.
Yes.
We must realize something,
Yes.
that coming out of the independence movement,
Yes.
President Forbes Burnham Blake had determined that the only way, based on the non-aligned movement and the state of world economic affairs,
Yes.
that this country could have progressed, there must be a system of cooperativism. People must be
Yes.
in a position to share the resources
Yes.
of the country
Yes.
by producing it for themselves
Yes.
and getting the benefits
Yeah,
for themselves
yes.
in a collective arrangement.
Yes.
That was his economic philosophy that was workable and necessary then
Yes.
as for economic development. I don't know if any of you could remember the days when Sophia had pigeon peas inside of this community people where people community now reside.
How many years
So
was
the
that?
plan for this area and several other areas,
Yes.
like the Hope Estate, was to have agricultural
Yeah, that's right, yes.
development
That's
in
true.
the aspect of both production from farm right through to factory.
That's right.
And there was another settlement on the Essequibo coast in my
Yeah,
village where he had the same cooperative system set up for the production fruits, which were abundant in that area. And we had guava and other factories that were manufacturing these things before.
Yes.
A potato makes a certain type of meal and gives you a certain type of nutrition. Split peas put into flour gives you a certain type of meal. At a roti made out of cassava flour
Okay.
with pigeon pea, with split peas in it, or pigeon peas.
Yes.
Those things we were producing to feed the Guyana National Service. by
That's
the
true, that's
thousands
true, that's true,
that
that's
were
true,
in
that's
there.
true, that's true.
And they were much more nutritious,
Yes.
much more nutritious than a roti made with flour imported and peas, split peas imported. So when we're talking about what communities are in this country, we have to understand where the city council is going, looking back at some of the developmental plans of the PNC regime, which were not their plans per se. They were national plans.
Yes.
They got the thing called commercial zones in an area, in a city. They got a thing they call residential zones. They got a thing they call semi-commercial zones. The city council is just trying to put this city in order because those were the plans. You can't be residing in Prashad Nagar or living in Queenstown, Georgetown, and do certain things.
Okay.
And the people are now trying to put the city in order, and instead of us Guyanese edifying the people properly so that they can understand that we have a state of disorder in this country and be less vocal about negative comments, which can then, be considered misinformation or disinformation, the young people will be thinking something different about the immediacy of the experiences of the post-independence movement. What it is that resulted in this country was taking a child to walk before it can creep. As soon as the PV and PVPC got into power, they decided to open up this economy, what they call a free market system, causing people with money that was dirty coming in to begin with, and influenced by outside sources to go buy up all the resources of the country and set up ownership of property, physical land space, to do what they want to do with how they want to do it. That's why the city is in the state that it is, and many other parts of this country. People need to be properly edified, and I would suggest to you very carefully, Mr. Sharman, your team, that before you all come on the air and discuss certain topics, tell you what topics you'll be discussing for the week to come. Get some people to research those topics. And then when you get out there, take calls that are relevant, that you can understand, pertinent to those reality checks. Those are facts. The Hope Estate is being now recovered by this government.
That's true.
And when they're finished with Hope Estate, what is happening in Sophia is that there was a process of neglect and manipulation, because people came out of the need for what they call migration for jobs, coming out of Linden, coming out of Burbage area, coming out of the Essequibo, and the central area which they could have resided in, based on how the lands were opened up in this Sophia area. People from all walks of life around this country lived in here. And the government saw it previously, PPC, to manipulate the state of existence of those people by not providing certain resources. What has happened in this community in terms of water, in terms of roads, in terms of lights, in terms of, other infrastructure development in the past year alone is enough to tell people that there is a national plan. And it's not only for Sophia, it's all over this country. And those plans have got to be reinstated, which the government is now trying to do. And despite whatever people may think in terms of ridicule or economic sabotage, because, I'll say one last thing. President Burnham was interviewed very recently and played on the air by a broadcaster, and he was asked the question.
I can recall that. Yes.
That they deserve. No, he said absolute nonsense.
That's right.
I'm not here to provide for a group of people. I'm here to provide for every Guyanese in a collective arrangement called cooperativism. You must be of any race, of any creed, of any color, of any background, of any social status, and work together in cooperatives. Hundreds of cooperatives were established in this country. How many are functional now? They destroyed the cooperative movement, which is the movement that was useful to bring a country out of an independent struggle at a time when the world economy, the world state of affairs will not have afforded open capitalism. And they made a mess of it by causing capitalism to cause all the corruption that prevails today. So tell them patiently, understand that this isn't about the PNC or the PPP. These are national development plans. You remember the days when we had a Ministry of National Development?
Yes, that's true.
They planned these things. The opposition was asked many times by President Burnham to partake in these deciding the plan, so that when they were developed and implemented, they would have been retained no matter what government came in. They were objecting to some of those. They never wanted the national service. You know that?
Yes.
PPC never wanted. The PPP then never wanted the national service. All these national institutions and infrastructure that were put in place, they turned it around in a different way. And I'm not complaining about the administration of any government. But it was the PPP, the PNC that went in there and did what had happened insofar as what the PPC has given them as a legacy now. They have 5 years to prove that they are doing national plans, and they've already stated that clearly. And people understand that development takes time. Development cannot happen without time consideration.
Could you give me your name?
The people properly in this country. Hold forums after, do research before, and let the people know the truth, because the young people of this country cannot be misled. It has consequences of economic sabotage that can be charged and prosecuted, in a court of law. I am interested in this country.
Could you give your name?
Several times, and it's time that we put this thing in order. Let's put our ops in order.
Could you give me your name, please? Your name, please. Name. Well done, program.
The what?
Yeah, your name.
He wants to know your name.
My name? I said it very clearly, and you know me from my voice, Arnold Christiani.
Arnold.
I don't play with the development of this country, because I had major roles in the Burnham regime during the national service years, and I don't take the development of this country.
I want to invite this call on the program.
We did a lot of hard work to bring this country to what it is, and we're going to get it to where it needs to go, despite detractors who may want to think that politics and power is what
you want to come to next half an hour.
It will not be power.
Yes,
Will be power to be used in the interest of the people and the development, so that when a government changes,
next
you cannot
half
just go in there and destroy this, take out the national service, take out the militia, destroy the pigeon pea and the black eyed pea farms and all those kinds of things. Those things were producing so much wealth. And I'm going to show them that we're going to start making roti again from cassava flour with pigeon peas and split peas.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Carla, I will invite you on the program on Saturday.
So take good care. Edify them properly. All right?
Carla, I want to invite you.
Yes,
Carla, I want to invite you in the program.
Another issue is the municipal
I want to make a correction to what he said. Look, on the question of law and order in the country, we are for law and order.
Yes.
Because we had a lawless government run by Mr. Jagdeo. Now this government is bringing about law and order. There has to be law and order in every city. What we are concerned about in this parking meter thing, that was not law and order, because they didn't follow the law. So we are not against parking meter or regulating of the city, because look, he's right, Arnold is right. There was anarchy under the PPP. They allowed so much vehicles to come into this country as money laundering. These guys brought these vehicles.
No. When say money laundering, I do vehicle.
They
No.
They used the money, Mr. Chamba here. Listen to me carefully. They used when the drugs were going out of the country.
How are the drugs going out?
There's enough evidence of that.
I don't have evidence of that.
When the time comes, Mr. Sharma, you will see. Because a lot of these people's assets will be investigated. That's what I said earlier. The reasons why, if you ask the question, and you will answer it yourself, the people who are most vociferous and against the SARA bill are those who are guilty. Of skullduggery and corruption.
No, I can't say that.
I don't say that. I am saying, I am saying, I haven't accused anybody, I haven't called anybody's name, but I am saying that those who are the most vociferous and aggressive against the SARA bill are the tiny minority of people in this country who have a lot to lose. A man was given 77 prime acres of land in Lilendal to make houses.
Oh, see, that's right. I don't know that.
For sale. And people in very high positions are part of that conspiracy to defraud the ordinary guy and these people. 90% of the people in this country have nothing to fear under this government.
True.
As far as justice is concerned, Mr. Nandalal is on record last week in saying that the level of court decisions that were made in his favor that he took. Now, what does that tell you?
No.
There is a justice system that is functioning, that is fearless, and that is dispensing justice. Under the PPP, you had many cases where people were murdered, they were killed, and there was no justice for them. You're a victim of the Jagdeo era, where you were charged, you were put in front of the court, and you fell ill. You nearly died as a result of the harassment. Look at the whale. The man beat you up there. Coughed you in the face during the Jagdeo era when you were only doing your duty as a journalist.
We get it on our Minister Jaipal Sharma.
He's coming.
The program, right.
But there's somebody in the column, in the Dem Boys Say column, they say another parking meter in the making. They were referring to the Minister of Housing going to Poland to meet housing developers there. They said they don't want to see other contracts. Why she went without an engineer? You know, people were asking why she went without an engineer, and they don't want to see another contract emerging. The Minister of Housing has gone to Poland, just like how the parking meter people went to Mexico, and them boys in the Kaitro News, they're asking where they don't want, they don't want to see another contract coming up, and then.
I understand that she doesn't want to have a board.
Why did she have an engineer though? Engineer went with her. Somebody should have gone.
Coordinator, hello. Coordinator, hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. The brother.
Yes.
What's your name again?
Chapa? Yes.
All the best, man. In the future in them.
Yes.
And I hope you all do a good job there, continuously, at the finance department there. Now, what the brother was saying, Mr. Christian, you must always listen to that man when he speaks. He's very intelligent.
Yes.
And I'm a product of the Guyana National Service also, where we used to feed ourselves with black eye, cotton, black dal, and all these products, even though they had this country brand flour. People still used to bring that country brand flour at $5 a pound. Now, I believe, as Mr. I don't know if Mr. Rahama is the PRO for the coalition.
Yes.
So you got to learn to listen. If he's a PRO, you got to learn to listen so that you could able to express himself properly. Right? I'm not of him, I'm not against him, but you know, the public relation officer, you got to listen first and then speak. And you got to get all the facts right.
Yes.
In those days, when Mr. Bonham passed around, he wasn't a president where he had to go and knock at his office. He come around with his horse or the Land Rover.
Yes.
His was his driver. And when he
or a horse.
While Edo, what can cook? He told him, say by then tomorrow, by then he come back here, I'm going to see that the guy wants to know if he can cook. And if he can't cook, he go to, by then he leaves the village, that thing was gone. And when you have planted pigeons in the yard, you were exempted from paying tax. You should know that. And let me tell you, and if it should be like that today, we will let me, I tell you the God truth, I would be one who would be paying tax because I got over 20 some 50 pigeon fees free. I've used about 2 pints or 3 pints of pigeon fees a day in my diet. And you know what? You don't long it for these trash for these people bringing in a tin. And the Chinese going to mash them down because when you go to the airport and you look at what's going on, the people come in and trade and they're carrying a whole set of things. And if the Chinese are paying tax, if this thing is tax free, therefore they're making all the money because you got a lot of people coming from Cuba, Venezuela, Brazil, and all about. So when you go to the airport, you're going to see how much things they're trading and carrying back. Therefore they're buying the thing and they're paying the Chinese and the government and all that. So when you talk about this development like the city council, I want to do something all right because as I said once before, I don't know. I believe strongly a woman, I mean they got the academics and they should be able to function in South area. But personally, that woman needs to go in the kitchen because you're doing one thing and you know what you're doing, it's not the time for you.
Thank you, Carl.
And Mr. King, let Mr. King to remind him, your son is not sold to the king. The only king of kings and lord of lords is the man that owns the earth. It's not Mr. King. That belongs to Mr. King.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Rastafari.
Jayapal Sharma to make his opening remarks.
No, I'm just here to listen to the views, and as I said before on the program, it's not like I don't want to attend the program because the timing is not conducive for me. So if the time of the program is changed, like to 1:30, 2 o'clock, I could be available in all Saturday program.
Good afternoon. Go ahead, please. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes.
Good afternoon, my friend Chaplain Orion.
That's right.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Jayapal Sharma.
Mr. Minister.
Yes.
Who I always refer to as a statesman.
Yes.
And Mr. Rahman.
Yes. That's good pronunciation. Rahman. He's right.
Mr. Sankis.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to the entire panel. Now, Mr. Sharma, there was a gentleman who called in and spoke about, you invited him to come to your program.
That's right.
The one you were asking his name.
Yes.
The other one, the one who spoke before about the...
Yes, I realize that. Yes.
That is one of the most constructive criticisms I've heard of this program for a long while.
That's right. Invite him in the program.
Right, good. Now, the other thing is this.
Yes.
Do you know who is building up the parking meters protest? You don't know.
I don't know.
Notice that things are lessening up from Springland to Skeldon. You notice that?
Yes.
Even let's talk about that now.
Yes.
Good. So the protests are now in Georgetown.
Yes.
And they're using the parking meter thing as a subheading for the protest.
Okay.
Now, I won't be too long. I want to tell you, Judge Ryan, I want to congratulate you. You're leading by a thing called exemplo documus. You know that means it's a Latin word. It means leadership by example. You get me?
Yes.
You understand me?
Yes.
And you continue doing that. Don't let people dictate your program. You dictate your own program.
That's right.
You hear me?
Yes.
Because it is your television station. When they close you down, it's you that get the expense. Nobody
That's right.
You scramble up people like me, who is your friend, to go and pick it for the road. Remember,
yes, I know you long. Very long. No, years.
Don't let nobody dictate your program. You dictate you how you want it. You hear me?
Yes.
And you've got your son there as a political advisor to you. You get me?
Yes.
And use him up.
Yes.
Good afternoon again. I wish you all belated Mashomani. This is my belated Mashomani greetings. I do hope that emphasis will be paid on the unsolved suggestion about Sophia.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Colony, hello?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make 2 points.
Yes.
First of all, this is the 4th time I'm calling on this program to solicit some help for the South Sapphire area.
Yes.
The trenches are blocked, but we have trenches that completely blocked.
Okay.
You can walk without the feet getting...
What's your location?
South Sapphire.
South Sapphire, okay. Yes.
The area where the water well is.
Yeah, okay.
So, the second point is, I don't know if I will get some help. I wrote 2 letters to Minister Sharma.
Yeah.
Because the last time I spoke with on this program, he said to write him just after the holiday, and I did that. I gave the letter to a gentleman in the compound, ministry compound, because I get a problem to climb in. I'm 75 years old now.
Okay.
And I gave the letter to a gentleman who the guard pointed out to me.
All right, look. Okay. You mind giving your number on the television here?
Yes.
Or you want to call me after the program?
I have to run out, so I can give you the number.
Okay, give me the
number. Let me make the second point first, because the second point is I think everybody making a mistake with Sapphire. I noticed in the papers this morning that there was some declaring of a road and lights and water in Sapphire. But the area is not Sapphire. Sapphire ends just there in Congress Place, the canal there in Congress Place, where the exhibition site is. The area that was declared yesterday was Liliendal, Patterson, Torkine, and Comment Lodge. I think even the government make a mistake of declaring that area Sapphire. Not Sapphire. Sapphire is north and south.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
So, Minister, can I take the number now here?
Okay.
Well, that is why I'm saying if you give me it, it will be on the air. So you better call me.
I don't give it. 219-1345.
219 what?
219.
Yeah, call your name, please.
Chairman, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, yes.
Mr. Jaipal, happy New Year to you, sir. Good to see you on the program.
Same to you, thank you.
Mr. Jaipal, I want to send a forensic audit to audit all parentage associations accounts across this country. These are where the petty thieves are happening. It starts from there. There is no accountability at this parentage association across this country. It's about time we ask about the act. Right now, there are many schools who don't give access to no parentage association account. The editors of these schools think that they are the bosses. They're in charge of the school. The president is the head of the parentage association. And the most presidents are not getting no coverage from the head teachers to say where is the account, what money it has. Nothing. They are doing their own thing at all these schools in terms of money. Right. So please get a forensic audit of all parentage association accounts across this country.
Okay. Well, the forensic audit is completed. There's no more forensic audits. And however, when you call me at my office, as I indicate you must call, you did call, and I said I need you to come in. After you call, I contacted the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Education to commence these investigation, but we can't do any investigation on a telephone call. You have to come in to me. I'm going to take your statement, and then we're going to go into investigation. Not a forensic, but the Ministry of Education will carry out investigation on your allegations. And they will report to me on the findings. So then I could determine if it warrant a wider investigation.
Yes, Colonel. Hello.
Good morning,
good afternoon.
My big brother.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
It's child of the universe.
Yes.
I was waiting for you to come in this program because I want to make a suggestion.
Yes.
I understand that the city council is owed by businessmen in particular some sum of approximately $18 billion. I'm wondering, and I'm talking to the correct person because I know you're an action man. I'm wondering if part of your architecture could be that in order for businesses to be renewed,
they have to be tax compliant. They have to be, they have to be in order with their rates and taxes before they can renew their businesses. And if that is the case, they would not be in arrears in this maximum sum of money. There is a possibility that the Constitution or whatever regulations can allow for that. I don't want you to answer now. I want you to cogitate on this issue. And if it is possible, with some thought, that's it. And let me congratulate you again because I haven't spoken to you a long time.
Okay, well, your suggestion is taken, and it's commendable that it's coming from you. You always make some very interesting suggestions. And yes, it's something is workable. But it could be workable at the end of the municipality in terms of they will determine the issue, or we could at central government look at it. So something we could work. Yes.
I told her to talk to you particularly. Let her know that I raised the issue with her.
No,
I've gotten the opportunity to raise it now.
It is very good. It's just similar to compliance.
Yeah, similar to compliance.
Right.
Okay, my brother. Thank you very much. And you keep the good work up. I wish you all the best with the audit report that you have handed over to the police, the assistant, the deputy commissioner of police, and I know that dog will run. Thank you very much.
Yes. Call in here. Hello, call you in here. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Somebody just raised the thing, but I was looking at it. Why Miss Patterson got to go to Poland or wherever she's going?
I don't know.
I mean, she doesn't know anything. She's a political head.
Engineer.
She doesn't know construction. She should have taken someone, an engineer or somebody to go. And why these government ministers getting scholarship to study at this time? I mean, that's bothering me. Could you answer me, please, Mr. Jaipal?
Well, I answered a question similar to that already on this program, and then His Excellency addressed that particular question on the public interest program. So I wouldn't delve into an explanation. It was already answered.
Colony, hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Mr. Jaipal is saying that public interest, the President has already addressed the trip to Poland for the minister.
No.
Okay, well, let me speak then.
You spoke about the why ministers getting scholarship.
Why minister?
Getting scholarship, but no, he didn't address the Poland trip as yet.
Let me make my point then.
Okay, yeah.
In connection with the housing minister, right?
Yes.
Now, let me say, for example, Suriname get rights. No, good. If there is an investor, Guyana have rights to. Let's say if an investor from Suriname wants to come to Guyana to invest in rice. Tell me, Mr. Samuel, the investor inviting you to come to Suriname to see how Suriname does plant rice before they could come to Guyana and do the investment. You think that's a wise idea?
Not a good comparison.
You go to Suriname.
Not a good
It's a simple investor inviting you, It's like the minister going to Poland. She said that she's been invited
to
see these things because investors invited her to come. Now, when she go there and come back, she will come and tell me that, yes, this house is nice house. Now, what an investor is going to do? They got to sit down there and wait until you get 100,000 people say, well, they want 100,000 of them houses, them to see. Okay. But then people don't want to, they want to prefab them from them, bring them here and come here and set up. I think what they should have done, you see, like Mr. Trump is a businessman. Mr. Trump put a gun down there, even though the passage would have been free. The investor got to come down here. Yes. Like when you get this thing where it's getting so fire there. Yes. Bring the people them and let the people and set up a prefab house. They only get the 100,000 people go past and view the house. That's why they have to tell the investors them, let they come. The same passage where they will pay, so we go down there to see the thing. Let them prefab house and pour some and thing. And let's show them come down and set up the house.
Okay, good, thank you. Okay.
So it's telling people like, man.
Okay. I think when the minister had indicated that the trip is free, what she was indicating to the public is taxpayer don't have to fund the trip. And it's commendable because at cabinet, the chairman of cabinet, that's the president, say the trips that ministers are going on will have to be reduced. Unless those trips are funded by the international bodies, then the cabinet will consider it. So the cabinet is concerned in the number of trips ministers are going on, and if it's not integral to development of the country, like Minister Jardine for the past week is out of the country, I'm in charge. So that's the situation. So those trips that the Minister of Finance went on, his World Bank trip and IDB trips and so on, and you saw that he's signing loans and so. So that is important to the nation. So I think when Minister said, the Minister Partisan of Communities indicated that the trip is free, that the taxpayers don't have to bore it. Now, it's very important that you go and see what is happening in the country that have this free fab house, because you're not only going to see, you're going to observe the quality, and of course, you're going to speak to some of the people in the area. They're going to tell you the experience with it and so on. For a son, it's very good. However, the Ministry of Communities will have a housing expo in May. The house most likely will be in display, and you could make your choice. So I think that is the reason why she would harp on the issue of not paying. But definitely the government should have paid for that trip, and then the issue would not have came up for that discussion. So the taxpayers being saved the expense of that trip, which is very important.
Call it here. Hello? Hello? Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Yes. Call out. You have to speak up. You have to speak up.
Now, it's the 40% VAT. 40% VAT is dropped.
The VAT. 40% VAT.
$500 now. And before it was 60%, it was $200 per pound. How come if the price of goods gone up $400 per pound of butter? But the curry powder now is $380 for half pound curry.
Curry butter.
But how I almost everything is what just the 14%, and the goods is raising $100 for everything. Wow, what kind of thing going on now?
We'd like the minister to answer this question, right?
Well, I'm happy. The call is not audible. They cannot hear clearly or hear him clearly. However, the call is making a very important point, and I made it in the National Assembly when I said that with the VAT, although it's reduced from 16 to 14%, the business community will take advantage to escalate that by even 50%, and the issue is because it's now VATable or because it's VAT. So I think, and I did say in the National Assembly that we should have a system set up to monitor the revenue that these companies, business people are raking in terms of the markup. So we need to, it's something like price control, but something that the business community would not like. It's like the foreign currency. They would want to sell foreign currency for $250 US for one. And the governor of Bank of Guyana say, look, you can't make more than $3 on a US dollars transaction, currency transaction. So again, it's limited. So similarly, how the Bank of Guyana put a restriction there, maybe the Guyana Revenue Authority may want to, for now, since they implemented the stringent control with VAT and so on, and they widening the net, that they should monitor how it affect the ordinary people of this country. Now, VAT is a revenue measure. Revenue, it was meant to be revenue in nature, collection. That is why it's a tax, value-added tax. And so it was never meant to assist in the social ills of people. And this is basically how the PPPC government manipulate the system in terms that they create a tax, and then they benefit from the tax more than the ordinary people because they deal with exceptions. So they allow the poor man vice, and the poor man will always speak out, and he will keep nice, and the squeaky wheel will always get aisle. So the poor man will go and protest and say, hey, I got to pay 14% VAT. And the rich people like Jagdio and Escobar will harp on that, and they will use them because the poor man, yes, got to pay 14%. But VAT is on a consumption. The poor don't consume like the rich. So everyone should pay the VAT, and then government now will use that revenue to spend on the poor. So that is how the poor will be affected positively. So when government enter into government, this government enter, the first budget, we reduced the VAT zero rating exempt 50 odd items. None of those items price decrease. It increased, rather it increased. So it never benefited the poor, but it benefited the rich, because the rich used your cry to force the then PPC government to every year zero rating exempt items, but who benefited? Not the poor, the rich. So I don't know if that explanation will suffice, but I'm saying that we should have some measure of monitoring, not price control, but monitoring these industries and business places that the caller reporting as a simple thing like curry pot and other things are increasing beyond the 40%. And even it's not supposed to touch 40%. I explained to you the reason why. It should increase by 40% even.
Calling you, hello?
Yeah, Mr. Sharma.
Yes.
To me again.
Yes.
Now, concerning this pathway is talking about, right? And the environmental tax, like banks and DIH and these places who bring us to Macau, bring in these plastic bottles. Now, I know they're supposed to pay in this environmental tax towards, right, because they bring in these things. But they put in the extra burden for the poor people, because now when you go and buy a drink now, they included the environmental tax for you. So you now have to sell this drink now at it's from $200 to $220 or $240, and it is burdensome on the poor man who looking for a small drink. Sometimes the person may not have $240, but I really thought he how to make the water now from 100 to 120. Sometimes the bill guy $80, so you could afford them to get them the water, but when they have 60 now, that means you lose it. So we need something to be done towards these big company with the environmental tax that they're supposed to pay it, not us supposed to pay it, and taking it out from the smaller ones. Thank you.
Yeah, Carl, again, you made a very important point again. No businessman will foot the cost. Just remember that. They will always pass it on because they want to keep their profit or increase their profit. So when a lot of people came to my office, they brought bills showing that they purchase a can, and if they purchase every can, they put in $10. Every can is $10. It have a psychological effect in you that who to blame is the government. They didn't need to be so graphic to say you buy say you purchase 6 bottles of drinks. They put in the $10 6 times. So it's out there that is hitting you, and who's to blame? The government. But that is what it's organized kind of sabotage. Yeah. That it must be plain out there who's to be blamed, and the business community wants is the government. They could easily say the price of drink is a bottle of drinks is $140, but they put $130 and put the $10. If you purchase 10, it'll put the $10 10 times, right? So psychologically you say, hey, it's $100 the government now imposed, but of course the environmental tax and bottles and so forth was meant for a recycling program in which the destitute, the homeless people could pick it up and they could carry it and recycle, and they will get that $10. So it belongs to the people.
Yeah,
okay, so these programs have to come in together, and there is concessions available for persons and companies and business individuals that want to get into this kind of business.
Yes.
There's a LCDS small business loan. If you want to collect bottles, you could go and say you want this program, you're going to benefit from a loan.
Okay.
And then you get $10 on every bottle. So you create employment.
Yes, you're on here, please.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Can you speak up?
Call in here. You're on here. Hello, hello.
Yes, Mr. Sharma.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Go ahead, please. Yes,
yes.
Yes.
You don't give the businessmen a chance to rob the people. What happened here is that when the wicked get capital, they bring in capitalism.
Okay.
And they left it like that, they make the law to
okay.
But if a community is a community, is a community.
Yes.
You can't have no one people, one nation, one destiny, and the man got $10 million and I got a penny. There can't be no one people, one nation, one destiny. Me, he can get the same destiny. I can live in a papa house, and he can live in a mansion. Until the system of capitalism, I tell you, when the wicked get capital,
thank you.
Capitalism, and this is
thank you very much.
When they put people in slavery and rob them.
Thank you. Call in here. Hello.
I apologize. Yeah. This morning, I went to the certain vulcanizer shop to get a tire.
Yes.
I used to pay 4 or 5 or 5,000 up to 3 weeks back, 4 weeks back. You know, this morning the tire is $10,000. Now that you bring in a new shipment of tire, but these businessmen decided, well, look, we can make the hard out of this thing, you know. Over like we got 10,000 instead of 4 or 5 this morning. Thank you, Mr. Sharp. Just observation.
Okay.
Well, I hope it's a new tire you purchase in for that price, because we also adjusted the tax on the new tires. So yes, it may be a new tire, but definitely a used tire cannot cost you that money. So a new tire. So if you have to compare 10,000 now as when you was purchasing a new tire for your car, say last year. So last year that new tire would have cost you around 15,000. Now that new tire costs you 10,000 because we dropped the tax on it.
Colony, hello?
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
But I got to speak a little louder, please. Take it up there. Take it up there.
Okay,
If you're speaking, I'm speaking. Yes, go ahead. No.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
I want to address Minister Sharma
Yes.
a second time.
Yes.
Last year, April, sir, I spoke to you concerning the road in Bright Blood. And you invited me to give my name and telephone number to your secretary,
Yes.
which I did. 9 months now later, if you come and see our road here is a trench. It's no longer a road anymore with the rainfall, it's a trench. And nothing done, sir. You said you the person representing Region 4.
Yeah, I'm not the only person representing Region 4. There are 7 members of parliament representing Region 4.
I'm not hearing you, sir.
There are 7 members of parliament representing Region 4. I'm only one of those persons. However, I did address your issue. However, on these matters like roads and... Okay, all right, good, thank you. Well, the public will listen to me. Okay, so... Okay, thank you. Well, again, you call my office and let me give you an update because you're not hearing too well.
Yeah.
So the explanation for I did relay that information that you passed to me to the relevant ministry. However, I don't actually control the purse for that ministry, and there's a lot of activities that competing for
hold the line, please.
To allocate roads to various community. As you know, yesterday I went into Sophia. A caller says not Sophia, but it's Sophia bordering those same communities that the caller mentioned. So, look, Sophia today was neglected for past 18 years by the previous government. And today, this administration have given Sophia road and water. When Mr. C.N. Sharma, the leader of Justice Party, and myself, Jaipal, went into Sophia, many areas in the bordering community of Sophia, you know what the cry was? If the operator could queue up that, the cry was for road and water. Road and water, you can remember? And today, as the Justice Party is part of the coalition, I ensure that the necessary funds are given to the government ministry to ensure that Sophia is given road and water. The minister, no other than the Minister of Public Infrastructure, Patterson, thanked the Ministry of Education because we give them the money. Okay. Road, water, electricity. Today, Sophia, C field, D field, E field, receiving water. Okay. Standpipes, houses, 10 feet. If your house is below 10 feet, water coming, you know, like how it's supposed to be coming. You get the water through your taps in your homes. 10 feet. We checked it, we verified it. And quality water. Okay. So these are the important aspects why this government is doing what it's doing, why we're spending money in certain areas, not in other areas. So Dryslus, Better Hope area, probably the previous government did roads there already. We cannot go back and do roads again for them. They did shoddy work. We cannot go and do care and waste money in these areas again. We have to go to communities that was depressed and didn't get any work done. So we're going to reach Dryslus, we're going to reach Better Hope, we're going to reach Good Hope, we're going to reach many other areas in Region 4 and Region 3 that road is now broken up because it was done under the PPC. So we're going to do that.
Okay, call your ear.
Yes, sir. Mr.
Yes.
Just to correct myself, it's a used tire for $10,000 one instead of $2,500 for a new one.
Well,
1857514 in Davis Street. That's what I have to pay this morning.
Okay, give me the people the vulcanizing shop name and number.
It's between the shop is between Public Road and between the St. John and Alexander.
You have the receipt?
Big place.
You have a receipt?
Pardon me?
You have your purchase?
Receipt, the man said if I got it there, if he got to give me a receipt,
okay.
I got to pay 40% VAT.
All right.
I only had $9,900 this morning. We took it so shortly on.
I want the place name. Get the name. Just get the name of the place and bring it for me. Okay, good. Thank you.
Ram, how would you like to say finally?
Yeah, finally, Mr. Sharma.
Yeah.
I think that
you can be fast.
It was good that the minister came, because we are now embarking with the $250 billion. The road at Hubu, going down to Parika, they have started working on it. And I wanted to tell those people that that road was neglected badly by the PPP. And some of my friends from Hubu are looking at
which road? Which road was that?
The Parika Hubu.
Oh yes, I know. I visited the road already.
It is impossible.
Yes,
that road was done 3 times under
I
the
know
PPP.
that. I know that. Yeah.
And when you go there now, you can hardly pass.
Yes.
And that is an area that is producing food for the people of Georgetown.
Agriculture, yes.
So the minister is right. We are going to areas that has never been, that's completely neglected by the PPP. Other areas that have been serviced by them and the roads are broken down and so on, we'll have to wait until money comes to do that.
Minister, what's your final comment?
And thank you for being in the program. As I said, if the time is conducive, it will be always in the Saturday program. I promise that. And so if you have time for a call or two more, I'll be happy to address the concern of the people. If the caller could give me that name of that vulcanizing shop, I will investigate it immediately. And so we're going to look into issues. This program is meant to help. The Joshua Party is part of government, and we're here to solve the problem of the people.
Yes.
Yes. This guy.
You're taking too long. You got to make your point very fast. Yes.
You go on Regent Street and you buy anything, they're not giving receipts. That's not food or sale.
No.
They tell you 14% VAT, but they're all robbing me because at the end of the day.
Carla, I don't want the receipt. I want the place. I want to know where the place. I can't go and accuse anybody of that act.
Yes.
I want you to come to my office. You're gonna take me there, or you're gonna take a GRE official there to the place.
Yes.
Okay. So I want evidence.
Hello.
You have to come and accompany. I'm going to send you with a GRE officer. You're going to go to the place.
Call you in here. Hello. Good afternoon. Yes.
I have a question for the minister.
We got 3 minutes more. 3 minutes more. We got 3 minutes more. Yes. 3 minutes more.
I have a house in 120 acres.
Yes.
I put in for meter 1.5 years now. And I can't get a meter, I can't go in the house. So that I want to see the house, I don't want to see the lot. I want to see the house and the occupier. I don't know when we will get this meter, they will run a straight wire.
Which meter? Parking meter?
Only parking meter available, not electricity meter.
Okay.
They're not giving me a separate thing, sir.
That's true. What's wrong?
Could you please tell the queen if she could put out the parking meter, bring like meter, please?
Okay, thank you very much.
You might have to import it.
Well, you know, there was an issue with the meter. It was challenged, the court ruled, and so we're going to get the parking. We're going to get, not the parking meters, sir. We're going to get your electricity meters, and will be distributed. But there's temporary arrangements for you to get your electricity. So if you want, make contact with my office. I could see if they have a temporary meter system set up for you.
My closing remark would be that we still have to focus on constitutional reform, because once we do constitutional reform, a lot of problems we're having right now, even with the 2-term presidential limit, will be dealt with. More than that, people, remember that people's power is the foundation of democracy. And once we can stand up as a people, we can look forward to success.
We're taking 2 calls more. 2 minutes more. Carl, you, Sanki, Jeff?
My initial remark was about the proposed legal immigration, limiting it to go to the states. You know, they're going to do that. So people have to be prepared for that. You know.
We're taking 2 more calls to Minister Sharma. Call you in here. Hello?
Yeah, Minister Sharma.
Yes.
I heard you spoke about Bryce just now. Well, there's and roads were done in Bryce.
But there's one particular road that I'm talking about that nobody has touched for the last 5 or 8 years.
What?
This road is a trench.
Right.
Elderly people, children going to school.
You could reach me. You could reach me on Monday morning.
Mora Street.
Could you reach me Monday at my office?
Mora Street.
Okay. Reach me Monday. If you're so concerned, come and reach
Monday
me.
what? I'm not hearing you well.
Reach me Monday morning between 8 and 12.
Yeah. Call your name. Hello? We won't go to the program. Minnesota, like you say, finally.
Look, a lot of issues raised in the program, and I just heard it mentioned about the term limit, and I totally disagree with the ruling of the Court of Appeal. It is clear that we cannot meddle. The judiciary is there to interpret the Constitution. The Constitution is still the Constitution. Until it's amended or addressed by the National Assembly, it's still the Constitution. So, as you know, and I know, is that the Attorney General said you're going to use the 30 days limit and you're going to appeal the matter to the CCJ. But if you're going to tamper with the Constitution, which said 2/3 is not 2/3 cannot change that, and you need a referendum. The Constitution itself did not protect that particular article.
Yes.
And so then the argument of the Attorney General is that the person that filed the petition quote the wrong act. They put the wrong date in the act. It's 2000, they put 2001. So what was the Chief Justice Act and Rule None?
Okay.
Okay, he should have used that to say you're not speaking about the act.
Okay.
So if you're going to say now that, you see, this thing have a serious implication.
That's right.
Now, when we had the issue with Janet Jagan the late, and she became president, she was not a born citizen of this country. She was naturalized. And so that amendment in 2000 tried to correct that situation, where they say to be president, you got to be a born Guyanese or from parentage. It means that you open up the system now. People from overseas, like say this guy that is called a program, what his name is? George. Yeah. George could come and contest the election now. So George, because he's Guyanese, or even Bai Chen-ling owner, the Chinese are now Guyanese, so come and say he's going to run for president. So these the implications. It have serious implication. Okay. Now you're removing also the limit. You don't have to spend 7 years in the country.
20 years.
Okay, so you don't have to spend 7 years. There's a 7 years limit. Okay. You remove that. Now you know what? If you're going to now say that a person have a right to elect whoever they want to elect as president, then the Constitution also bans persons with criminal record. Okay. You know what's going to happen? You don't have a challenge saying a criminal can now become the president of this country. And if you elect Jagdeo again, then is the criminal becoming a president of the country. So it has serious implications.
And Minister, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
Rastafari.
Have an easy, God bless you. Have an easy. Goodbye.